Sleepy Hollow Season 2 Episode 13, Pittura Infamante. I really enjoyed this episode. I was really excited for it because for whatever reason, the killer being inside of the painting was something that just really stood out to me. I thought it was like kind of creepy, but really cool. And we got to see some really great elements in this episode. I think my favorite was the fact that they went into the world of the painting, which was kind of inside of the mind of this, crazy killer. But I thought it was really cool. They had some interesting visuals, the hands coming out of the painting and people getting sucked into the painting. When they first realized that the painter himself was the killer and he like turned around and he was actually looking at him because he can hear him. That was like a creepy little thing. I enjoyed that because of course it's a painting. So, for some reason that always like that type of thing where it's something that you never see move. You don't see the full motion of the head turning. It's just like it was like this and then it's like that and it's looking at you. I've always enjoyed stuff like that. It always seemed kind of creepy. So when they had that in this episode, even though it was only that one scene, I thought it was really creepy and I thought it was really cool. But it was a nice episode. It had two main stories. One with Ichabod and his wife, which I thought was really good. It started off really simple. They were actually trying to get, of course, away from all the crazy stuff and just figure out their relationship. And that was really sweet because we got to see some of the issues they've been having, of course, and trying to figure out are we what we used to be in the past? So this was them really going to figure it out, and they really stood together in this episode, which is always really nice to see when they work together. And it was fun. It was enjoyable to see them kind of deal with that. And then, of course, it just led into the supernatural aspect of the episode. But they worked together as a team. They figured stuff out. We got to see Katrina deal with some issues from her past because she kind of, them going to this historical society, it's basically just items all over the place of one of her best friends who she never got to say goodbye to. So I thought that was cool as well. We got to see some flashbacks and, got to see Katrina kind of deal with this odd form of loss. Like, it's not really loss, but at the same time it was because, she kind of, just like Ichabod, they were both just gone and then, you wake up centuries later. So it was definitely cool to see her have this experience and really deal with it. So I enjoyed that. Just everything about their portion was my favorite, to be completely honest. I really enjoyed that more than the other side of the story, which I still enjoyed. But the main, I guess, villain aspect or mystery component to this episode was definitely cool. I like the villain, like I said. The fact that it was tied in more to Katrina's past than Ichabod's past was really cool as well, because normally it's like, Ichabod pulls out like some random fact. He knew this person and, that's how they solved the crime. And in this case, it was Katrina. And I believe they did that before as well. And I love seeing her be like the main component to them solving a crime because, of course, Ichabod's like one of the main characters. So, of course, he does it all the time. But now Katrina's really in, kind of in the fold, and she's not just, kind of spying on the Headless Horseman and stuff. So now that she's going to be in, pretty much every episode, they do have to give her her moments where she's the reason that they're able to succeed. So I always love seeing that as well. And we definitely got that in this episode. It was basically all her for the most part, except for like a couple of little things that Ichabod knew. But that was about it. So I enjoyed that. Then we had the other side of the story with Irving coming back, and he still, like in this episode, it's like he still has such a messed up storyline. I love his character. I hope whatever evidence they have really does set him free and it doesn't end up flipping and he gets out and then maybe Abbie or Ichabod end up in prison or something like that. So hopefully it's just like he gets out and that's all there is to it. But it was a good episode for him. It was kind of crazy. Like, he comes back and when Abbie goes to talk to him and stuff, she has to leave because it's like, I don't know if it's really you. You could, you kind of gave your soul away by accident, of course. But you lost your soul, so you could easily be Henry kind of reborn. And it was cool to see that. Like, they had these thoughts. Like, as much as we wanted to be him, we don't really know. Especially with Henry, because, he was hiding in plain sight the whole time. So it was really cool that they actually had to deal with that. And it's like, we wanted to just be you, and everything's perfect. You came back to life, and it's just happy, but we still don't know. And even with this, whatever random evidence they have, if he is set free, there's still going to be that question. Like, I know they all wanted to be Irving. I wanted to just be Irving as well. But the question is still there. Like, he could still technically be Henry. He could even be Malik, possibly. I doubt Malik. I think they kind of just officially obliterated him. I don't think it's him. But it could be Henry, like if he kind of took his soul and then took his body over. So I'm excited to see what they do with that, and I hope things just get better for his character, because it's just like one devastating scene after another. The one time they made it where he was able to come back and just be like super epic. He got killed, and fortunately he's alive again now. But he doesn't really get to have a lot of just happy or inspirational type of moments. It's always like just devastating stuff. One moment after another, he's either getting blackmailed by demons, he unfortunately sold his soul to a demon, he dies, and just all this other stuff. So I hope things eventually, really soon, just work out for him, and it's just a happy story, and he can just go back to his life and, help out the team, but at least not have to worry about losing his family or losing his own life again or losing his soul again or something like that. So I hope that works out for him. I definitely enjoyed it though. We got to see him, like I said, when Abbie went to see him and she left, that was kind of the scene that made me think, like, he just has such a messed up storyline, because she had to leave and he was just like, don't leave me in here, and he was freaking out like, I don't know what's happening to me, you gotta help me, I can't really help myself. So we had that scene, and then she brings his wife in, and I'm sure that'll play a part in next week's episode, because we didn't actually see anything happen in this one, which I thought was kind of interesting. She got his wife, but she wasn't able to see him just yet. So we're gonna see that, and I doubt she'll be brought into the fold, and like her daughter and stuff. But there are certain elements, like there's just certain stuff going on. She's kind of been brought into it already now, because they kind of had to tell her like he died, and now poof, he's back to life. So they're already brought into it now, and I guess technically they were before too when they were attacked by the demons. But I'm really excited to see where they go with his storyline. Like I said, I really hope that it ends up just happy and he doesn't have like a devastating storyline anymore. But I do enjoy it. It's like, it's hard to just see this character constantly have crap happen to him, but he does, he strives. He gets through it. Then he has like some of his epic moments and stuff. So hopefully he gets free in the next episode, and he is really just Irving. It's not like Irving / Henry, or just Henry and Irving's body or anything like that. So I'm excited for that. One scene that I really enjoyed was Ginny going to get the silver bullet. So it was cool that they included her, because it was like a minor portion, but it was nice that she was in there, because they always, whenever they kind of exclude her, it always seems kind of weird to me, since she's Abbie's sister. It seems like she should be in all the episodes too. But it was cool to have her in this one. And I like the scene where she had to like take the bullets out of the body, especially when the body actually came back to life and stuff. Like when that happened, I was like, I didn't expect that to happen at all. So I actually thought that was pretty cool. I was like, I guess that kind of shows the bullets work too. But that was a pretty interesting scene. I thought it was kind of cool. And then next week, I'm definitely excited with Holly kind of coming back, and his former mentor or whatever being like a demon and stuff like that. I'm excited just to see how that episode plays out, because even though it's going to have the typical supernatural element, the main point of the episode seems to be that Holly kind of gets dragged back into his old ways, which is being like a super thief. So they're going to break into this big mansion and solve these super old puzzles and stuff. And I'm actually curious to see kind of how they played that route for Sleepy Hollow, and how weird things get, with Abbie and Ichabod kind of being, the good guys and stuff, and Holly's sort of like super neutral, almost a bad guy because he's, a thief. So I'm actually really interested to see how they interact with his character, considering he gets dragged back into just basically just stealing from people. But I want to know what you guys thought about this episode, so please comment below, let me know your favorite parts, your least favorite parts. I definitely want to know what you guys thought about the villain for this week. Like, did you like how they did it, where he was like stuck inside the painting and stuff like that? Of course, I want to know what you guys think is happening with Irving, because there's some possibilities. There's some good ones, there's some bad ones. I hope it's good, like I've said already. But like I said, I want to know what you guys think. So please comment below, let me know, and thanks for watching.